Illinois has to develop a zero tolerance for corruption. Whether it's union teachers, BAs entering into double pension arrangements, or it's governors trotting off to jail, or aldermen cutting side deals in their wards. We just have to have a, you're not going to get better in this state, you're not going to have a dependable business climate that attracts jobs and retains workers until you have zero tolerance for corruption.
Yeah, well, in reference to what are the things that we can do to help improve, when you look at the employers, the union leaders, and Springfield, we need to establish a system that takes into consideration our neighboring states and where they are, take into consideration the cost of living index for our local economy, and that should be the platform that's used to establish future wages and benefits programs.
Chuck?
My opinion is we need to combine our efforts and quit doing this individually or in smaller groups, because everybody is involved in it, directly or indirectly. And when we get together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. Nothing. When we combined our efforts, and I see a couple people I know very well, it was amazing where really the outcome of what we were able to do politically was unheard of. Unheard of, and that was just because everybody, you have to realize we all are in this together, and as long as we could work for a common goal, and that, I commend you again for calling this the Patriots. They put away their petty differences, and the Patriots work together for a common goal. If we continue to do that, whether it's Springfield, whether it's Washington, even if it's local, you'd be surprised on a local level how many things are affected by the leaders on there. You need to have a voice on every level, and a voice that we can count on.
I know you've got something to say, Steve. Yeah, I don't want to be the skunk at the picnic, but I just think there's three or four things that I mentioned that really haven't been talked about yet. And you can't have renewal without change, and I just think we need to be, I know everybody up here has to work with each other, I don't. So I'm a one-man consulting practice, so I can be tougher. Illinois has to develop a zero tolerance for corruption. Whether it's union teachers, BAs entering into double pension arrangements, or it's governors trotting off to jail, or aldermen cutting side deals in their wards. We just have to have a, you're not going to get better in this state, you're not going to have a dependable business climate that attracts jobs and retains workers until you have zero tolerance for corruption. And that means all big organizations need to, I do work in the 50 states, and I just have to tell you, 47 of them actually work pretty well. Most states, you would not have the daughter of the Speaker of the House as the chief law enforcement official in your state. In most states, the U.S. Attorney wouldn't come in and put 600 government workers and elected officials in jail and have zero prosecutions from your 100 states' attorneys and from your Attorney General. In most states, the kind of corruption that requires a 12-year sentence, people resign in disgrace over. I mean, so if you don't realize corruption is the single biggest factor in preventing job growth and economic recovery in the state of Illinois, I don't know where you are. Number two, we got to stop legislating work rules down in Springfield. Just because one side of one team right now has got both houses and the governor's mansion, creating an unlevel playing field in Springfield, in the end, pushes businesses to build their next plant in another state. We just got to be honest about that. There's nothing wrong with prevailing wage, which protects union contractors, but requiring that all state work be done by a union contractor is simply wrong. 7 out of 10 construction workers in the state of Illinois are not unionized. For them to be unable to participate in a state contract or a local government contract in some cases because of project labor agreements is a crime. That's wrong. Number three, we've got to face up to workmen's compensation in the state of Illinois. It is corrupt. It is corrupt from the top all the way to the bottom. We spend 2 to 2.5 times as much on workmen's compensation in the state of Illinois as any of the surrounding states. It doesn't make workers better. Lawyers are getting rich, dealers are getting rich, insurance companies are getting rich, the process gets taken care of, and the workers end up longer off the job in the state of Illinois than they do in surrounding states. And number four, we need to face up to unemployment insurance abuse in the state of Illinois. If you get those things predictable and make sense, if we're honest about recognizing 2 governors in a row ought to be a real come-to-Jesus meeting, that we're going to, whether it's a union organization or a business organization or a political organization, zero tolerance for corruption is the first step. And I just don't hear enough honest discord about that. We should be ashamed of what went on the last decade in the state of Illinois, and I'm sure privately we may be, but it's got to be part of the public policy if you want recovery.